All right, what's going on, everybody? So I felt the need to encourage you and just to give you some exhortation. I know a lot of you watching, whether you are a newer viewer or you have been watching for a while, you have been set apart. You have been called for such a time as this. A lot of you are hungry. A lot of you have gone through trials, tribulations. You've gone through so many hardships, but He's preparing you. He's refining you. He's training you. He's allowing you to witness, to see the world around you. He's allowing you to see other men and women, fellow brothers and sisters like myself, and many people going through certain things. And you're seeing that, and it's motivating you, emboldening you. It's training you and allowing you to witness what it is that you're about to go through. Because many of you are being called for such a time as this. Many people, God is wanting as soldiers of Christ, as modern day saints, as modern day set apart chosen ones, and it's up to you to take that calling. Now, I'm here to tell you something. A lot of people don't realize that what comes with this job, what comes with being set apart is a lot of difficulty, a lot of opposition, and don't let that stop you. Jesus himself, when he began his ministry, a lot of people, they didn't hate him until that time, even though he was perfect. And of course, Satan knew this guy, and during his childhood, Herod and just everything in which Satan was trying to take him down. There was a lot of difficulty for sure. But the brunt of his opposition came when he started doing his miracles, his ministry, his discipleship, and all of the wondrous works, and especially as he prepared to go to the cross. And same with the apostles. Once you begin to do something for the Lord and people see it, Satan is going to send his minions. He's going to send opposition. He's going to send a lot of different things to try to stop you, to confuse you, and to tempt you so that you can go off course and stop what you're doing. So I'm here to remind you that a lot of you are being incubated. A lot of you are getting ready for the next chapter, the next calling that God has for you. And just as you witness many brothers and sisters, just as you witness true set-apart people getting opposition, a lot of them going through a lot of difficulty, their reward is great. And for you, as He's motivating you, as He's stirring you awake, as He is allowing you to be trained up in this time, in prayer, in being fed, in seeking Him, in being revived and rejuvenated, all of this is for a reason. And so for many of you, just know this: whatever God has called you to do, it's going to require courage, it's going to require discipline, it's going to require boldness, and you have to go out and step into that calling. And for many of you, now is the time. Very soon, for others, your door is going to open. The breakthrough is going to happen. Your miracle is going to come. Many of you are in that waiting period, and God is going to deliver you. He's going to move you. He's going to take you through to whatever it is that He's called you to do. It may not be a big public thing. It may be the smallest of things, but to each their own. You're going to get that temptation from Satan. You're going to get that opposition, whatever it is. It may be a mental thing with anxiety, with pain, with depressive thoughts, whatever it is, but all of those things, whatever past issue you had, maybe it's a wound, he's going to use everything and throw the kitchen sink at you. But this is when you have to stop, rely on the Lord, pray through it, be strong, and get through this period, because you know what you have to do, but you just have to get through this. And then it could go all the way to the biggest of things. You saw Jesus, you saw His example, you saw the apostles, everything they were being thrown at. People are trying to provide false testimony, many things. People are going to come at you with all of the ammo that they have. But that is not the time to stop. That is not the time to give up. That is not the time to throw in the towel and raise your white flag. You have to persevere, because there's a lot of testing. There's a lot of hurdles. And for you that are watching right now, I know God has called you. You haven't been here this long only to then give up, right? You haven't listened to this without having some kind of motivation and desire to want to do kingdom work. This channel, quite frankly, many things, even if you read the Bible, to the average person, it's boring. To the average person, they cannot keep their attention because they're not of the Spirit. They're not ones that want to do kingdom work. They don't want to be sold out and surrendered to Christ for big things. But if you are in this, if you've been sticking around, if you have been listening, if you have been trying to get acclimated to Christ-like things, whether it's sermons or worship music, whether it's other fellow brothers and sisters that are trying to teach and preach, or whatever that is, right? You are trying to be fed. You're trying to be taught. You're trying to be a disciple. You're trying to get mentorship. Whatever that is, God is training you in this moment. Now is not the time to give in. Now is not the time to look at this daunting thing and think, you know what? I'm just going to quit. That's it for me. It's not worth it. I'm just going to stop now. No, now is not the time to do that. You have to step up. You have to persevere. It's your decision. But the Lord will take you through it. The Lord will carry you through. And the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, if you depend on Him, if you rely on Him, if you put on the full armor of God, if you surrender your life to Him, if you allow the angelic help that God can dispatch, all of the things that God has at His resources, He will help and enable you. But it's your choice. And so do not be afraid. Do not be worried. Do not be anxious. Do not fall back. Do not give in. Do not give up. Do not allow the pleasures of the world, the temptation, the opposition, the attacks by the enemy to stop you in this time. Many people, many brothers and sisters are in arms, spiritual arms with you. Many brothers and sisters are doing the same thing. They've gone ahead of you. They've seen different things. They've witnessed different things. They've fought the good fight. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to run this race. Now it's your turn to be able to do what God has allotted to you and to take on the stewardship, to be faithful, to be a good witness, to be a good warrior and a soldier of Christ. So this is the time. So God bless you guys. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.